By using the for loop, we can do the input for the array. The same way, if you want to print the value of the array in the output screen, the same loop can be used, and instead of the scanf, we have to use the printf and get the output here. Let's see one example program in this slide. So here is one example program to just input and output the array values. Here the array is declared as a int a of 5 and I is used as a loop value. So for loop can be used as I is equals to 0 or I is less than or equals to less than 5, or you can also use I is equals to 1 or less than or equals to 5. The meaning is the same. So our intention is we have to run the loop 5 times because array size is 5. Let's run this program in the www.onlinegdb.com. So then we will see the output here. This is the www.onlinegdb.com. You can open this one in the mobile or computer, anywhere. So after opening this www.onlinegdb.com, you need to select a C programming language here. Select the C programming language, and now I am going to paste the program here in this place. Once the program is pasted or typed, so let's run this one. If your program is correct, you will see the black color screen in the downstairs. So now here, let's give the value of a array of 5 values. So here in this line, so we are inputting the value of array 5 times. So let's say this one is the numbers in this style 5 times. So after that, you will see the output here. This is the result. Array values 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55. We are seeing it in the output screen. So this is how we are going to execute the C programming or array or any other programming we can use here by writing the program in the onlinegdb.com. Now another example, we'll see another example here. This program, what you are seeing on the screen, is for the finding the sum of the array values. After writing this program, if you see in the input area, if I input the numbers like this 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, my output is going to be addition of all these numbers, and I am going to get the value as a 150. So please try this program in your computer or in the mobile to get this value. So in this program, basically it is again declared integer of array 5 array values I and some variable to add all the array values. After this is done, here we are writing a loop. A loop can be like this, as I told you. This variation is done intentionally to make you understand. Array can be, a for loop can be I is equals to 0, I is less than 5, or also it can be I is equals to 1 or I is less than or equals to 5. So both the way. Intention is to run the loop 5 times. It can be something like this, or you can use like this and start with the 1. So think, we want to run the loop 5 times. After this, I have a scanf %d and a of 5. %d because I have declared it as an integer. If you declare it as a float, you should use it as a %f. After doing the input, I started adding the values here. Sum is equals to sum plus a of 5. Sum is equals to sum plus a of 5. So all the values, whatever the input values are coming, so all those values are added in the sum variable. And after getting the sum variable, again I am going to display using one more for loop. All the values I am going to display here. So this is what you are seeing in the output screen. You will see the number also. And after printing the number, you are going to see the result here, that is sum equals to %d comma sum. So here you are going to display, you are going to see the value of the sum here. Sum is equals to 150. So this is one example program. Please practice this program. Now, so this is all about the one-dimensional array. So as I discussed in the beginning of the chapter, so there are main two types of arrays, one-dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. So in this one, in the multi-dimensional array, we are going to also understand two-dimensional array, 1 and 2. We are not going to see the three-dimensional array. It is not feasible at this time. Now here, let's see this two-dimensional array, how the two-dimensional array work here. Two-dimensional array consists of elements which are stored in a row and column pattern. Basically, we call this as a table. If you want to make something like a table in this style, so we use the two-dimensional arrays. Syntax for the variable declaration, two-dimensional array declaration. Data type space array name. In one square bracket we have to use the row size, and another square bracket we have to use the column size, and at the end a semicolon. This is how we are going to declare the two-dimensional array. Just for an example, int a1 is the array name, int is the data type, and 2 is the row size, and another 2 is the column size. When we use this type of a declaration, the result of a array declaration will be like this. Okay, so this we will read it as a, it can be read as a of a1 of 1 1, or it can be 0 0 and 0 1 and 2 1 and 2 2. So it can be in another style also. If you start the loop by starting with a 1, so this will be the resultant array. If you start the loop with a 0, the values will be little change. The two-dimensional array will be declared in this style, int a1 2, 2 of 2. Otherwise, it can also be int any other array name and the size of the array according to your requirement. And here, when we declare how elements are stored in a two-dimensional array, a1 is the array name, and this is the 10, 20, 30, 44 values are stored. And here loop is starting with the 1, so that's why a1 of 1 1, that is 10, the first value, and a1 of 1 2, so 20, so this is here, and then 2 1 is 30 is here, and the last value 2 2 is the 40, so that is here. This is how the elements in the array will be stored. How to read elements for a two-dimensional array. So in the two-dimensional array, instead of using a one for loop, in the single dimensional array or one dimensional array, we use one for loop only, but here since it is a two-dimensional array, we need to use the nested loop. So that means two loops you have to run one inside the another. When we run the loop one inside the another one, we call it as a nested loop. We have to run the loop like this, and inside the second loop we have to use the scanf statement, that is scanf %d and a1 of I comma j. First I is for the row and j is for the column. I is for the row and j is for the column. How to print the two-dimensional array values. Two-dimensional array values can be printed in the same style how we have done the input. Instead of the print scanf, we need to just write the printf statement here. /t not required if you don't need. How to add the two-dimensional array. If you want to add two-dimensional array together, you have imagine you have a and B, two-dimensional arrays. If you want to add the two-dimensional arrays, we have to use it in this style. C is the resultant variable where you are going to store the result of a plus b equals to a of I comma j plus b of I comma j. So this will be the same like a C is equals to a plus b, addition of two numbers. So in this way we can do the addition of the two-dimensional arrays. And this is how to find the sum of the two-dimensional array. If you want to add all the values of the two-dimensional array, so this is how we are going to use it. So that is I is equals to 1, I is less than or equals to 2, I plus plus. Then for j is equals to 1, j is less than or equals to 2, j plus plus. Then sum is equals to sum plus array of I comma j. So by doing this, all the values of the array will be added together, and we will get at the end we are going to get the result of all the arrays. Now here we are at the end of the chapter 5. Thank you for your patience.